help me help you, okay? Just help me help you. What's up, YouTube, and welcome back to my channel. So excited to be recording this video for you guys. As promised, I'm here with the topic of friends, frenemies, toxic people in your life, whatever it is that you want to call them. We're about to talk about them. Let's get right into it. So let's start with friends. Let's start on a good note, okay? Friends are wonderful to have. I personally always say that I probably would not be okay if I didn't have my solid group of friends that I have. You know, my personal friends. I need them. Like, I need my friends because, I mean, who else am I gonna call when I'm having a bad day? Who am I gonna call when I'm stressed out? Who's gonna really come and help me if something, you know, were to happen in my life, and vice versa? I want to be there for other people. That's the type of person that I am. So I enjoy having friends, and I tell them all the time. I never forget to tell my friends that I love them, that I appreciate them, and they know that if they need to call anyone, they can call me, and I will do anything that I could possibly do to help them, you know? So that's me as a friend, and that's how my friends are too. My friends are they're very genuine and very organic, and I feel like everybody needs that solid group of genuine, organic, real friends that are, you know, they're not afraid to tell you what's best for you. My friends are they're not afraid to tell me when I'm wrong, when I'm tripping out for no reason, you know? And even like in my relationship, like my friends, they're so respectful of it. Like they don't do anything to make my boyfriend uncomfortable. They don't do anything to make me uncomfortable. But they will tell me when I'm wrong. They have no problem with correcting me. They have no issues with fussing at me. And the same way, like if my best friend were to call me and tell me, let's say she didn't study for a test, which she tends to do this, I'm gonna go off on her because I want the best for her. So what I'm getting at is your friends want the best for you. They're not afraid to tell you that they want the best for you, and they're not afraid to reprimand you if you're doing something that you ain't got no business doing. You know, it's just that simple. Now, I have had friends in the past that are okay with everything. They're out here doing things that they know they should not be doing, and they don't want to hear what you have to say. And I just feel like those are not good friends to have. I'm not okay with having toxic people around me, and none of my friends are toxic because, I mean, I've been in that situation. I've been young before in high school. Hell, the beginning of my college years, I was still trying to figure out who my real friends were, and I realized how toxic a lot of people were. Like, not only my friends, but like the relationship that I was in at the time was so toxic. And I just don't know. I wouldn't want to see anyone in a position like that. I wouldn't wish that upon anyone because you are who you hang around, and the people around you, whether you want to admit this or not, they are going to influence you in a way that just comes out of nowhere. Like that's how people are. That's what we do. We influence each other without even realizing. So that's important to keep in mind too. And that's why you want really good people around you. Period. Another thing that I was thinking about earlier is if you cannot trust your friend with certain information, if you don't feel comfortable venting to your friends, if you don't trust your friend around your man or your family or your other friends, if you cannot trust your friend to act professionally and not embarrass you in like a social setting or a professional setting, honey, that's not your friend. Like, that person is not your friend. If you cannot trust them to do these simple things that, you know, normal people do, that's not your friend. That's definitely a sneaky person. That's definitely a toxic person. if you cannot trust the person to defend your name behind your back, that's not a good friend. Now, there is a difference between a toxic person and a frenemy. I was listening to Annihilator's podcast, and this was the topic: friends, frenemies, toxic people in your life. You gotta handle them, from a distance. You don't necessarily have to cut the friendship unless you want to. Unless you want to cut the friendship, you can, but you don't necessarily have to do that. So what I do is, a lot of people in my life, I just kind of handle them like from a distance. I love them from a distance. Will I hang with them? Not really. No. That's just not the type of person that I am. I don't want to be around you, especially if I have to handle you from like a long edge spoon. Is that the phrase? Like a long edge spoon? Not really going to be around you. Barely going to answer your phone calls. I'm probably going to text you more than anything because I don't really want to talk to you. Like, that's just how I am. Yeah, but another thing that you want to keep in mind is that you don't want anyone around you that's jealous. You don't want anyone around you that is jealous of you, that is jealous of what you have, that is jealous of your relationship, that's jealous of what they think that you have, what they think that you got going on. All of us have our own struggles that we go with. All of us have our own lives to live. So, and our own problems that we have to deal with in life. So why voluntarily just have someone around you that's going to be toxic to you? I don't see the point in that. I don't think that you should do that. I don't think that that's healthy. And I'm all for health. Like, let's do right by each other. Let's not stress each other out. We have enough going on as is. And so that's why I think that, your friends, you should definitely sit down and examine how they are, what role they play in your life, what they can do for you, what you can do for them. And with what they can do for you, I mean, are you able to call that person and at least vent to them and tell them how your day went, and be able to tell them every detail and not have the feeling of being judged, or not have that feeling of them taking the conversation that you just had and running with it and telling everyone in town. You don't want that. You don't need that. That's not good for you at all. Now, back to one of my first points. If you can't trust your friend around your girlfriend or around your boyfriend or around your other friends, that is not your friend. That is definitely a toxic person. You want to be able to trust your friends. You want your friends to be able to motivate you. You want your friends to be comfortable, and you want to be comfortable with having your friends, and that's just what it is. And I don't think that anything just outweighs that. I don't think that that's healthy to have. So I wouldn't recommend having a friend that is toxic around. I had a scenario in my life where I had what I thought was a best friend, maybe not a best friend, but a very close friend. And come to find out, her and my boyfriend at the time had something going on. And so I'm just like, okay. Now, ever since then, I have been very, very careful with who I call a friend, who comes around, who is allowed in my home, in my space, in my vehicle. I don't allow just anybody to come around. I have to be around people that I trust, that I love, and that I know love me. And that's another point that I wanted to speak on, is having friends that love you. And I think that a lot of us don't really think about this, because when we think of friends, we think of friends. We don't really think about like a genuine love. You want someone around you that is your friend to genuinely love you. And with love comes care. With love comes respect. With love comes good advice. With love comes them telling you what you need to be doing or what you don't have any business doing. That's very, very, very important to have in a friendship. If I was out here running the streets, I would expect my friends to sit me down and have an intervention with me. No, Cynthia, that's not okay. And another thing that I can say is that my friends and I, we have a pretty mutual and really good respect towards each other. We don't disrespect each other at all. And another thing that I feel like a lot of us, we don't really pay attention to, and this is something that I personally didn't pay too much attention to until my boyfriend and I were having this conversation. If one of your friends comes to you with the business of somebody else or another one of your friends, what makes you think that this person that's coming to you with the mess is not going back and telling it to somebody else, to one of their other friends. Y'all, that's how, and this happened a lot in like middle school and high school. A lot of people would be trying to figure out how their business got out so fast. Your homegirl that you tell everything to, and you know who's messy. Like, that's one thing that you have to keep in mind. Like, you have to constantly examine the situation, examine your friends, examine the people that you're around. The person that comes to you with the most mess, that tells you the most business about everyone else, trust me, they are talking about you too. This is what they like to do. They like conversation. And I have met people, their general conversation consists of talking about other people. And it's like, why are you talking about other people when you could have just had this conversation and started it with a hi, hello, how are you? What are you up to? Instead of, girl, let me tell you what happened. Nah, nah, nah. That is a messy person. You do not want messy people around you. As fun as it may be, to have the tea on somebody else, trust me, someone is going to have the tea on you too. Trust me, it's a revolving cycle that you do not want to be a part of, y'all. Trust me now. Trust me. Also, a friend that does not show up for you in your most biggest events, or your most, you know, the things that are the most important to you, that's not your friend. That's definitely a hater. Like, that right there is definitely a hater. Now, I'm not saying that you need someone to show up to every single thing that you got going on. No, but at least the big things, like a graduation, you should expect your friends to be there. Heck, I don't know. The biggest things that happen in your life, your friends should be there. That, I truly believe that. And if they come up with some bogus excuse, honey, that's not your friend. She did not want to be there for you, or he did not want to be there for you. And I feel like this is a conversation that needs to be open. I feel like this is a conversation that needs to be had. I feel like interventions with yourself are extremely necessary. You need to sit yourself down and say, okay, what is making me feel like I'm being held back? What is bothering me so much? Y'all, there have been people in my life that I literally discard of, and a weight it just feels like it's been lifted off of my shoulders. It feels so crazy because I just feel so free, like just happy and free once I let these people go. And I feel like this is something that we should all do. We should let these toxic people go. They're no good. Let your toxic friends and all the other toxic people that they hang with go to the corner over there to the left. They don't need to be around you. You don't need those people around you. You need to be happy. You need to be comfortable. You need to be comfortable with them coming into your home. You don't want to feel like a bad vibe is following them. This is very important. Hey, if you have to sage the house after a person leaves, that person should not be in your life, honey. They don't need to be in your life, pumpkin. Like, let that person go. It is not going to be easy. Y'all, a lot of friendship breakups hurt way worse than a relationship breakup. It just, because it feels like as if you have been played. Like, and it's deeper than a relationship. It really is deeper than a relationship hurt, because a relationship is, you know, that's my boyfriend, that's my girlfriend. But a friendship, like, that's your best friend, and you have to get rid of them because they've done some foul, grimy stuff behind your back. That hurts. So trust me, getting rid of people is never easy, but I can assure you that it's one of the best things that you can do for yourself. Just let these bad, negative, toxic people go, okay? Please make sure that you give this video a big thumbs up, hit the subscribe button below, and click the bell for notifications. So when I post the video, you get that notification. You can be the first viewer. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see y'all in the next video, which is coming very soon.